morning. Really quick and easy breakfast this morning. I thought I'd share with you guys one of our favorites. We are making, it's a breakfast, like a hash. It is with Brussels sprouts. So it's a Brussel Sprout Hash. So it's one of our favorite breakfasts. Pretty simple, easy ingredients this morning. I have half of this pound of bacon, Brussels sprouts, so these get just cut and quartered, some onion, garlic, and eggs. I'm going to add a little bit of Thrive Life kale to it, freeze-dried kale, just to bring out some of the, just to give it some more nutrient. But the first thing we do is pretty, like I said, really fast, really easy. We take half of this pound of bacon and I put it on my cutting board, and I will just chop the bacon up into pieces. And piece size doesn't really matter. It's your preference. There can be some big ones in there. There can be some small ones in there. It doesn't matter how big it is. So our main objective here is to get the bacon frying in the pan and use the use that grease from the bacon to help fry up this stuff. So this is a quick and easy. Everybody likes this in the house. Everybody likes it. So everybody, when I make it in the morning, it's usually a weekend morning thing. Not, like I said, not at all hard at all. Just a few simple ingredients and then just let it go. Right now the hardest thing is getting this. This is it right here. The bacon is the hardest thing. And now I go on to getting the I'll go on to getting these Brussels sprouts cut up and just quartered up, and that's it. So like I said, this is pretty easy. I just take the ends of them off. I take the ends of the Brussels sprouts. I'll quarter them up, put them over here while I'm waiting for this bacon to fry down. Alright, so for me, to speed up my process, what I'm going to do is do this bacon in 2 pans. So I'll put this bacon back here on the back burner. For this recipe, I kind of like to have the bacon crispy. It makes a better garnish. So that's what we're going to do with it. So I'm going to put it back here on the burner. You know what? I'm going to put it on this other burner in the back. A little bit bigger. So now we're here. We have the bacon grease. I like the bacon grease, so I'm going to leave most of that there, and we're going to fry up our onions in it. So I reconstituted our freeze-dried onions, and that's probably the biggest thing for me is when I want to do this is chopping up the onions and that. I would love it if I could find freeze-dried Brussels sprouts, but that doesn't happen. So we just put this on there, get these onions browned up, just cook them up, and they smell really good. And Brussels sprouts is one of those kind of things that if you haven't had Brussels sprouts the right way, or Brussels sprouts I think have gotten a pretty bad rap over the years, so this is how we like to do it. And like I said, it's pretty simple. I'll just cut the end of the Brussels sprout off and just quarter it. So we have quarters and the leaves and everything. So everything is right here ready to go into the pan. So when we get to that point to put these in the pan, I will be right back with you. Alright, so these are browned down really good. You can see in the pan a lot of that bacon grease has gone up, so next step is the minced garlic. I like this kind of garlic. It's really quick and easy, and this is all about quick and easy. This recipe is just about getting it done. And so it says a teaspoon. I give it a pretty big helping teaspoon of garlic. Put that in the pan. Get that moving around in there. Next, this is where I'm gonna add my Brussels sprouts. They get tricky on this pan here, or on this cutting board. So I just start adding the Brussels sprouts in. And there's no rhyme or reason. I'm gonna take a picture of a recipe to give you guys. But this pretty much is, you just put it in. What you're trying to do is wilt this stuff down. So right now is when I'm going to season it. So I'll give it a little bit of salt. Excuse me. A little pepper. Throw the pepper in there. Right now is a good time to season this. You see the bacon in the background, going to town, getting ready to go. I'll take some of this of our Thrive Life kale. Everyone's like, oh, kale. This kale is really sweet, and you don't even know what's in there. It cooks down, but it gives you all that good nutrients and vitamins from the kale. So let's get this stuff all worked in together. And I like to add a little bit of water. So go to the Berkey, grab some water out of the Berkey, and I just like to have this kind of steam in there. So once we get it moving here, we keep it around medium heat. I dump the water in and I'll cover it. Keep cooking her down. The moisture will come out of the Brussels sprouts as you're cooking. And you just want to get them to that point where they're mush. 15, they start getting, you don't want them mushy, they start getting mushy 15, maybe 20 minutes in. And that's when you add your eggs. But that's what I'm going to do right now, is just kind of keep cooking it down on medium, letting it go. This is really fast and easy if you have an overabundance of Brussels sprouts. Sometimes we find them at Aldi on sale, and we really enjoy. This is a keto recipe, but you don't have to tell everybody that it's keto. So we're at the point now where I'm not going to add my eggs just yet. I'm going to give it a little bit of time, and I'll bring you back at that point. Alright, so this is a good way to use up, like I said, the things you have here in the house. We have not an overabundance, but we do have an abundance of eggs. The chickens have actually started to lay, so they're earning their keep. So what I do is that they say make a well. I don't make a well. I just kind of will crack these on top here. Put them on top. Save the eggshells. Put the eggshells in your tomato plants. Crush them up, dry them. Put the eggshells in your tomato plants, guys, for calcium. That helps that blossom end rot we get. The blossom end rot is a calcium deficiency. So that's an old thing that I've learned. So I'm going to crack the eggs in it. Put one here in the middle. And then again, I'm a pepper guy. So I like to put a little bit of pepper on top here. Gotta fill my pepper mill back up. Just a tad bit more salt. You can always add salt when you eat it. And right now I'm going to put a little cheese on top of this. I'll let it cook in. But at the end is where I'll add the cheese and the bacon. I put a little bit on there right now. And then the same with the bacon. So it's a good, the bacon takes the most. The bacon is what takes the most here to cook. So let me put a little bit of the bacon on here. And then on the end, we'll throw the bacon in it. But that's pretty easy. I'll put the lid back on it, and I will let this cook down now. Covering this up helps keep that, helps cook the eggs on top, so you're not, it helps cook them. So here's where we're at. I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit more. I like to have, it's a lot of moisture. A lot of the moisture will help cook those eggs too. So, and then it's pretty easy. I'll kind of link the recipe. I'll find one and link it to you guys and put it in the description, along with the link to the Thrive Life onions and the kale. And like I said, I wish I could find quartered pieces of Brussels sprouts with Thrive Life. But so this, like I said, just a really quick, easy video. I'll show you the end product here when it's done. But I know you guys have commented a little bit more on some of my cooking recipes, so cooking videos. I'm sorry. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more of a variety of stuff too. So I really appreciate it. I don't know if I say it enough, but I really appreciate a lot of people that I talk to friends and family and other people too. That there's a lot of people that interact with me on. There's a couple people that interact with me on YouTube, and I really appreciate that. The help from some people, Windwalker. He gives me a lot of tips and people like that to just kind of to help me out. Starting this YouTube channel and doing this kind of thing is trial and error. I never thought I'd be, we never thought we'd be standing in front of the camera talking. So, so any kind of interaction that helps with me, guys. It helps a lot. Like I said, I'll link these things in the end of the video. But just if you can share this out with people you think that could use it, or interact with us, like and share these, and subscribe. That helps us in this algorithm we call YouTube. So here we are. I'll come back at the end when everything's ready and show you how I prepare it at the end. Alright, so there we go. A little bit of cheese on, a little bit of cheese. Support your local dairy farmer. And then I will put on the bacon. The bacon now you can see is crisped up. And I'll just put this stuff on. There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, guys, we're cooking, right? I mean, we're not building a church. So if you cook the way you want to cook, you can follow a recipe as much as you want to, but ultimately you cook and you make food the way you want it to taste. So like I said, this is I found this on a keto recipe. You don't have to make it keto, you don't have to tell people it's keto, but there you go. So a pretty quick, simple, easy breakfast. Maybe it's taken me half an hour, stopping the camera and going. But I'm gonna I turn the heat off. I'm gonna give this another, I don't know, 10 minutes to kind of let it cool down, everything marry together. Then it's just time to eat, so it's great. So like I said, that's the end of the video. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments for me. Share these videos out. Again, like I said, have a great day. Thank you again for watching.